Hey guys, Sharon Lawrence here from Sela Wellness and Therapeutic Services, um, also known as my Sela Wellness. I had to get on today. I've had some things on my mind and have been just trying to figure out the right time, in terms of when I wanted to share those things. I've been doing a lot of work with clinicians, professionals, and couples, and one of the things that keeps coming up in these past few months, even in my own life, is the foundation of relationships. And I'm not talking about necessarily with couples per se, but I'm talking about just the day-to-day relationships that we have with friends, with relatives, our perceptions of those relationships. I'm also talking about how we treat each other and the expectation of reciprocity. And so my main reason getting on today is to talk about that whole concept of how people treat us. And one of the things that I have been honing in on for these past few weeks, and for me, it's been extremely powerful because I don't think we ever think about this piece of it. And I'm going to get to it in a minute. But it's something to be said when we have relationships and things come up in those relationships that we tend to kind of look at the other person. Rightfully so, we probably should be looking at the other person if we feel like they wronged us or if they did something to us that really hurt us. And with that being said, when you start looking at patterns and you start looking at a repetitive response from different people in terms of how you are impacted by behaviors, you have to start looking at you. Not that you did anything wrong to them, but that maybe you have responded or behaved or said something that may have influenced their reaction or their behavior towards you. What I'm talking about today is the whole concept of teaching people how to treat you. And the reason I said it's powerful is because there are sometimes we have expectations that people are supposed to respond to what we're doing, meaning when I say respond, I mean validate, go along with, agree. But sometimes we're also looking for people to do what we tell them to do, because maybe we have advice or maybe we have input and they don't. But then let's go a step further. When you're doing good for someone out of the goodness of your heart, you're hoping and praying and believing that this level of reciprocity exists in your relationship. Sometimes it doesn't. And here's why. The number one reason. You ever hear when you're working with couples, at least I say it, but a lot of people say it, how you start is how you finish. Basically, if you create a habit, if you create a behavior, or if you foster it, that's what's going to continue throughout that relationship. Well, that's what happens when you often prioritize other people out of the goodness of your heart. If you start off always adjusting your schedule, making time for someone, dropping everything that you're doing to run to their aid out of the goodness of your heart, they begin to realize that you being there for them is exactly that, you being there for them. Okay? Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about somebody who really has a need and you're there and you're supportive. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about where there's a constant pattern of behavior that takes place that when you look up, you realize that this person's not able, or it's not even in their view, to see you as a priority in their life because you have not shown them that you are a priority. Every time you make a decision, every time you make a decision, I have to say it again, every time you make a decision to put yourself on the sideline, on the back burner, or just take yourself off of the agenda altogether, and you prioritize someone else, you tell them that they come before you, you are teaching them how to treat you. So I am encouraging people today with just this small message, whether you do it in an existing relationship or you do it in a new relationship. Make sure that there is balance in your life. Make sure that you are doing things in a manner so that they understand that you are a priority to yourself. I always say self-care is contagious, meaning if you're doing something for you, people are often fascinated. Oh, where'd you go to get that done? Oh, I like your hair. Oh, I like your nails. Where'd you go? And you look up and you show up for your massage appointment and you see your friend sitting there. What are you doing? Oh, I had to call after you raved about them. It's something about the advertisement, the message that you give when you're doing for you. People are drawn to that. They're drawn to your excitement about what is happening in your life. But if you're always in a position where you are putting yourself to the side and they never see you be excited about you, why would they even think, oh, well, no, I'm not going to call on her because she has things to do. No, I'm going to call on her because I know she's going to come. Or I know he's going to come. So what I'm saying is, let there be balance. Pick and choose where you want to be. But also make sure that you are a priority. That you are taking care of you. That they see you taking care of you. Something, I want to say Latasha Matthews said this a few weeks ago, and that thing hit me like a ton of bricks. She said, if you don't question my yes, don't question my no. And when she said that, it was like my whole world changed. You know, people going out and they got to get a book to get that, you know, that type of impact. When she said that, everything in my thought process changed in that moment. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I've been sharing it like I created it. Thanks, Latasha. But I'm telling you, it's okay to say no. No is a complete sentence. If they don't question your yes, don't let them question your no. And be okay with showing them that you're a priority. Here's one piece of it, though. It's going to feel uncomfortable in the beginning when you start doing that. You're going to feel bad about not showing up for everything. You're going to feel guilty as a friend. And you know what your true friends are going to say? You know, I know you're taking care. Handle your business. I'm so proud of you. Because they're watching you do what you need to do, and they're not going to question. True friends and people who have true value in your life are not going to question what you're doing for you. So take care of you. Pay attention to what you have done to contribute to the behaviors of others and how they treat you. Because if people are responding and doing things a certain way and it's a pattern that you're seeing and you're frustrated, that means that you have contributed, I'm just going to say it, to this chaos that you often feel in relationships. So take your power back. Take ownership after you acknowledge what it is you're doing. Take ownership for it. And then make the correction so that it doesn't continue to be a pattern. Patterns can be broken. It's like coloring. Color outside the line if you want to. Create a new pattern. Create some new artwork. Do what you have to do. But make sure you're changing your behavior so that you have different outcomes. Okay? So remember today, this is all about you teaching people how to treat you. And the only way to teach them how to treat you is that you begin treating yourself with love, acceptance, importance, prioritizing you, making sure that you matter. So when you see me putting hashtag I matter, because I do. And I'm learning every day how important I am to me. I'm grateful for the wonderful relationships that I have in my life. But if I'm not as excited about my own life and my own worth, those other relationships don't matter. I need to be able to see it and recognize it for myself. So make sure you're doing the same. You matter. You are a priority. You are no longer contributing to messiness in terms of how people treat you. You're teaching them how to treat you with respect and love. And they're respecting your no. Have a great day. Peace and blessings. Bye, guys.